Good morning, YouTube. It's about 10 minutes to 7 o'clock on Saturday, 3rd of May, 2025, and we're out here just off of South Dock Road. And I don't know what this road is called exactly, but it's just off of South Dock Road behind the runway at the airport. And if you're like a mechanic watching this or someone who knows about cars, well, you're probably familiar with this area because this strip of road right here, there are like car garages down this whole road. And I was just doing a little walk out here, just enjoying the atmosphere, enjoying the environment, hearing the sounds of the birds chirping, and just admiring the beauty in God's wonderful creation. And contrasting behind that beauty I had a sense of humility, because I'm looking around and I'm seeing all of these vehicles, these old relics of the past, and there are vehicles here registered 2007, 2006. Back in 2006, 2007, I was in my second year of high school, I believe. Yeah, second year of high school. And it's just really humbling, like looking around and seeing these vehicles. Like this one, for example. Or this one. Last registered in 2020. And there are a lot more vehicles like that. There's this one too, 2016. There's another one here, filled with junk. And then there's this one here as well. That one's filled with junk too. And then there's this Chevy pickup truck. My uncle used to have one of these, a black one. Actually, no, it wasn't a Chevy, it was a GMC, but anyway, my point is, it's crazy to think that at some point, these vehicles here were once useful to someone. They were useful. People use them to drive to work as a daily commute, or they use them for work, like construction, for transporting things. And yeah, it's just really sad in a sense, because that these things used to belong to someone. They were once useful and they brought a tremendous amount of value to somebody's life. But now, seeing them here on the side of the street or in the bushes, it is really humbling. It's really humbling. Let's take a little walk. So, walking down the street, and I saw like a couple of dogs. I'm not gonna go too far down the street because I saw a couple of dogs. I did zoom in. I couldn't tell exactly what breed they were, but they didn't look like the friendly type. So we're not gonna go too far down. Here's another example here. Looking at this looks like a Toyota Corolla. Like, this gotta be a Toyota Corolla. Yeah. This Toyota Corolla was once useful to somebody. Let's see if we could see any identifiable. We know this car is from Japan based on the writings, but I know this is definitely a Toyota Corolla. But this car was once a jitney, probably, or a family commute or something, and now it's lying here on the side of the street as a piece of junk. Oh my God. Wait. This is crazy, right? Last registered in 2012. I actually remember this sticker for some reason. I really remember this sticker, this one in particular, this 2012 one, because of the yellow and the green. It really stood out. Out of all of the stickers, I think this one stood out the most. And then I mentioned how awesome it is to be in Turks and Caicos because you get this. For my friends in England, this is what you call the sun. Alright? That's the sun. I love you guys. I'm going to show you guys some more stuff, right? Especially if you're from Turks and Caicos. Alright, here's some Turks and Caicos. Anyone remembers this vehicle here? This bus? The Dive Provo? Well, they had many Dive Provo buses, but do you remember this one in particular? Look at it, right? So I was just walking around and I was just trying to see if I could find the stickers, and I don't know if you can see it here, right? But this is 2005, this is 2006, and this is 2007. This is the last time it was insured. It's really hard to see, but that is a 7. That's 2007. But that was the last time this vehicle was licensed to be on the road legally, and I would imagine that it has not been on the road since then, since 2007. That's a long time ago. I have to say, right, I really love junkyards. I don't know why. Ever since I was a kid, I always loved walking through car junkyards. I don't know, it excites me. That's weird, right? That's kind of like a weird word to use, but I don't know why. I don't know why it excites me. But I think now as an adult, now that I've lived so many years, I can look back and really, like, these things. Oh my gosh, okay, I gotta show you this. Alright, this is a bus. Now, I don't know if this was a taxi bus. This is probably a taxi bus at some point. If not, probably a school bus. And you know what's crazy, right? About the same bus that I'm looking at here. This could have been one of the same school buses that I was transported in back in 1998, 1999, when I was attending Provo Christian School, right? You know that school behind Mara, Provo Christian School? That could have been the bus, or it could have been one of the buses of the churches the church that I attended growing up as a kid. Yeah. This is really humbling, man. This is humbling. Humbling. Like, scripture tells us that all of these things, one day we'll leave all of these things behind. Like, you know, that's why the Apostle Paul says to fix your mind on the things above. Fix your mind on eternity, on Jesus, because the Word of God, which is Jesus, that is the only thing that lasts forever. The love of God, that's the only thing that lasts forever. These things here, they're junk. They're junk. They were once useful, but now they're junk. You guys remember these stickers? Dare to resist drugs and violence. Drugs, abuse, resistance. Drug abuse resistance education. Right, dare. That's cool. Yeah. But yeah, in all honesty, resist drugs and violence. It'll save your life. As Psalms 103 rightly says, we are like flowers of the field. We flourish, the wind blows over us, and we know our place no more. We're fragile. We're very, very fragile. You could be here one moment, the next moment you're gone. I'm sorry this vlog isn't like one of the happy, clappy, exciting, uplifting vlogs that I post time to time. I'm really sorry this one is quite dark, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And for me to suppress the truth, I wouldn't be a good friend to you. I wouldn't be a good brother, a good whatever you relate me as watching this. But yeah, the whole point is that everything's temporary. Everything here, at least here on earth, all of this is temporary. This is junk. But everything up there in God's kingdom, permanent. Whew. So, Revelations, you read Revelations, I think it's Revelations 21. I can't remember exactly what verse, but there's a verse where it says, "And then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And then the former things, like, so these things here on earth, they were passed away, or these things are gone. And he wiped away every single one of their tears. There'll be no more weeping, no more mourning of death, no more death, you know. And he will wipe away every single tear from their eyes." That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And one more thing that I want to say, right? You know what's so crazy about all of this, right? Let's look at this vehicle, for example, right? This is 2015. So this is the last time it was legally insured or licensed to be on the road. And look at the state that it's in. Look how much this thing has degraded. There's like plants growing through it now. The glass is all broken. And like parts gone. Like there's this is a truck, right? I think this is a pickup truck because I can't. Yeah, it was a pickup truck because you can see half of it is missing. So my whole point with this, right, with the pickup truck, is just to show you how fast things degrade. You know, vehicles, you often hear this. From the moment you pick up your vehicle from the dealer the first time, the minute you take the keys, you put it in the ignition, and it leaves the dealership, it's already starting to degrade. It's already starting to degrade both in value, so in its price, its retail price, and also structurally as well. It's starting to degrade. All I just want to say is live every single day as if it were your last. You know, love people, forgive if there's any like unforgiveness. Maybe there's someone that you haven't forgiven. Maybe you got a grudge or something. Let it go. It's really not worth it. It's not worth it. And in fact, research shows us that you holding a grudge or holding someone, like as they say in Creole, kembe munake. There's a lot of research that shows that it does you more damage than it does to the other person that you are holding in your heart. Or kembe nake. It does you more damage. And there is no one who's gonna love you and take care of you more than you. Here on this earth, at least. It's only you that's gonna take care of you, right? So be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for, things that you've done and you shouldn't have done. Mistakes that you made in the past. Let them go, right? There's grace for that. There's grace and freedom for those things. And love your family. Love your family. Maybe, I don't know what kind of relationship you have with your family, but try to patch things up if you can. Try to patch things up, but at least if you can't do that, at least take care of yourself. Let me say that. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Like I said, avoid confrontation when and where you can. In the sense of, I don't mean running away from responsibility. If you did something that you shouldn't have done, you should take accountability for it. And you should make every effort to change. I'm talking about petty things. You're in traffic and someone like cuts you off, but your car's not damaged or anything. You're fine. There's no need to step out of your vehicle and try to confront that person. It's not worth it. Or, I don't know, someone steps on your foot. There's no need to get angry about that. Just, if your foot is not broken, it's not damaged or hurt or anything, let it go. Honestly, let it go. That's what I've learned, in these 32 years that I've been here on this earth. It's that there's a lot of things that just don't matter. These little things, these little petty discussions or arguments that that we get into, they don't matter. They really don't matter. And as I was saying earlier, look at all of this junk. These things, do they matter? No, they don't. They used to matter at some point, but now they don't. Same way us mortal men, you know, we won't matter here on earth one day, you know. So live each day one day at a time, and live each day as if it was your last. Love yourself, love your neighbors, right? That's a command. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. I truly hope you guys were encouraged from this. I hope that you were blessed, and yeah, just remember what I said. Remember everything that I said. Okay, you probably won't remember everything, but if you can remember just one thing, remember this, that everything is temporary. The only thing that's permanent is God. That's the only thing that's permanent. The love of God is the only thing that's permanent. All of this stuff doesn't matter. Take care, guys. Stay blessed. Thanks for watching. Love you all.